Morning everyone and welcome to another video, and this week we're back on the Volkswagen T4. Let's get this thing finished. So it's been a few weeks since I've been over at the van, because I was explaining in the last video, Maurice has actually pulled up his timeline and is actually living in the van. So as you can see, Maurice's mess all over the place. It was a lot worse than this, but me and Nick have just cleaned it out, because the plan is to actually get close to the end of this van build today. Well, as close as possible really. Maurice is at work, so we're using the opportunity to come in and get as much done as we can.
Hello.
So Nick,
Yes.
what have you done to the van since the last time I was
headliner.
here? The headliner.
It glows in the dark.
Is it glow in the dark or is it UV?
UV, yeah. It glows with a blue light.
Did you pick this or did
No,
Maurice
ordered them.
That's fantastic. It's definitely Maurice's style to go with his
It's vastly improved it, for
purple
sure.
tint. I think it has as well. It actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a really nice looking headliner.
It really is. So I can see you've done most of the electric hookup as well. So he's gone for a second battery. He's got all of his 12 volt hooked up. And if we run around to the back here.
Sorry, just measuring my penis.
In your dreams, mate. In your dreams.
Okay, fine. There you go.
So he's got his little inverter in here. What's the inverter rating at?
1500 watt.
1500 watt inverter.
Realistically, probably half.
And at the moment, Maurice is just using the TOPDON TB6000 to actually charge all of his batteries and keep everything running, because the van is still not actually running, is it?
No, the van is still not running. It's booked in for its MOT though on the 18th. So.
Fantastic. And what is the plan for today?
Get some cupboards up along the top here, and then be able to put the 12 volt control panel in, hook up the lights.
Fantastic. So he might actually have solar power today, and cupboards.
Yeah, and lights.
And lights.
And lights.
So he won't just be living in the dark.
I think he'll always be living in the dark, but
well, no,
to do the van.
As long as he's got a UV light, he'll be fine. That looks pretty cool actually from far behind. And you look at it from here. Yeah,
it looks nice. It's really cool. Good, looks good. We used, I think, 8 cans of Spider-Man jizz spray.
Spider-Man jizz spray. Contact adhesive.
That's the one. Yeah, carpet glue.
Carpet glue. It definitely needs it. Looks pretty cool though. He's got a lot of stuff. These are the panels that you're using to cover up everything, which is pretty cool.
You can see at the front, I just got one section up already. I've left a small gap at the bottom to try and fit some LEDs along the bottom. So we'll have lights shining out across the floor.
Oh yeah. Awesome.
I'm going to do the same round by the fridge and that, and then at the front here. So the lights will come out from underneath. But at the front here, we're going to have something very unique.
Okay. What is that?
So at the front here, going to make a small hole.
Yeah.
And then make a box at the back for his hamsters,
guinea pigs.
Guinea pigs to live in.
So he's going to be the first van lifer with pet guinea pigs.
I assume so.
Let's get this all cleaned up so we can get actually started putting in these cupboards or building these cupboards. So this is going to be the front of Maurice's cupboard that runs around the top of the van. Nick's just marking out where he wants the doors to be. So they're not really doors, they're just going to be openings, so that Maurice can store stuff in there. It's not going to have all his clothes and everything's pretty much going to be stored underneath the bed. This is just going to be for little knickknacks and things that he needs to put up.
Keep some clothes in there and stuff.
All right, okay.
Or shoes or something like that.
Shoes and things like that. So now we've marked out where we want the openings to be. Now we just got to cut them out in a straight line.
No,
well,
no,
as straight
it's
as
not coming out in a straight line.
as straight as possible.
Cover up the.
That's it. That's what we need to do. Best way to do it.
Look at the size of my drill, baby. Girls always said I had a big drill. A little had a big drill.
So we set up our kind of guide here. We tried with the router, but as you can see, the router kind of messed up. So we ended up switching to the jigsaw, and we managed to get a pretty nice straight line all the way across. Now we're just going to switch over to this side and do the same. This would be obviously a lot easier if we had like a track saw or something like that, but they're too expensive. If Festool or anyone like that want to sponsor me and send me a track saw and a plunge saw, please reach out. I'd be very interested.
We've been fighting, and I know that we've been good, and I believe that you've been hiding, 'cause you're so misunderstood.
So the guide wasn't working either, unfortunately, so we ended up having to do it freehand, and I think Nick's done an absolutely brilliant job on it actually, even with freehand. Those lines look pretty straight to me. Very, very nice. So we're going to be obviously putting, I think it's called T-trim on that as well, so we're going to go around it with the router and cut out a slot with the slot cutter on the router bit, and then we're going to add T-trim to it. We haven't got the T-trim just now, but we're going to do the routering just now anyway. Get it done and dusted, so when the T-trim arrives we can just add it all in. Let's get routering. So there we go, that's it all done.
This is Maurice's holes.
Maurice's holes.
Maurice's holes are ready for screwing.
So, we've cut out the board ready for the cupboards, and basically the way that we're going to be mounting them is Nick previously put wood, glued wood to the top here, and we've put in these brackets here and there. We're now going to mount these up to these brackets, and then we can start making the bottom and the sides. Let's get this up and running. So front face is in, and it has a hell of a lot of brackets holding this thing up now. So this thing is definitely not coming down.
The brackets are screwed into wooden batons that we glued to the ceiling with sticks like shoes.
So now we just got to figure out how we're going to put the bottom piece on it now. It looks pretty cool though. Right, let's try and figure out the bottom now. So now that this part is in, we just need to find a way to mount this piece underneath it. So when we originally designed this, it was supposed to be that the bottom was exactly this amount. But now that we've actually put it up, we realise that this is a lot bigger because the van kind of comes out, so it's not going to fit. So what we're going to do now is we're going to glue and screw on a batten that goes right along the length there. Then we'll be able to mount this up to it, and then maybe add an extension piece on so it matches straight up to here. Hopefully that's going to work, but we'll just have to wait and see. Tell me when you're ready and I'll So we finally got the batten on, and we realised that the piece of wood that we bought is just not big enough to go on the bottom of it here. So we're trying to figure out how we're now going to attach this to here. Nick has a cunning plan. So here's the plan. Nick has the board here, which is just a little bit too small to reach, but we do have these offcuts that we took off of this board. So we're going to cut as much as we need off of it and then biscuit join them onto the back of this board to get the exact size that we need. That way it saves us having to go back to B&Q and paying 30-40 quid for another piece of wood that's just the right size, or cutting up a bit of OSB and then carpeting it and kind of ruining the look, because we kind of want it to look like furniture. We don't really want to have a carpet underneath. So we're going to give that a go. Hopefully that works. If it does, then brilliant, all good, it's all going to work. If it doesn't, then it looks like we're making a trip to B&Q.
20. In his own mind, he's the dopest trick.
And just like that, it's now extended. We'll add some glue. So a lot of glue.
More the better.
More the better.
So you want plenty of glue all over it.
Oh, my hand did, Dev.
Bit of a mistake on that one, on the first one, but sorted it out for the second one. No one will ever know.
Oh, the grain doesn't match.
No, you fuck matching grain, my ass.
Doesn't matter. So next, that's the second one. He's got 2 more to do. We've got to let these set for 24 hours, so it'll be tomorrow before we can try and put it in. So I'll leave you guys here today and we'll catch you up tomorrow. See you in a bit. Hey everyone, and welcome to another day. So it's actually a couple of days since we did the bottom part of the cabinet. It's now all dried off, and Nick has actually already installed it in the van. So here is, it's not final, it's not completely finished. So as you can see here, we've just mounted it in the bottom here. You can still see the joint. That's just the glue that's just going to be scraped off, but that's connected quite really strongly now. Let's put a side on it. We've mounted it all up to the roof. We've managed to install the CO2 sensor and the 12-volt control panel. So he's already got USBs now, and he's got a 12-volt plug on this side, and he's also able to check, keep an eye on the voltage in his van. All the switches up here are going to control everything in the van. So we've ordered a diffuser for under here, and we're going to be running an LED strip inside the diffuser. We've got the fridge that's underneath the kitchen there, which is going to be running off of one of these switches as well. It's going to be running off of gas and 12-volt. We've still got netting that's going to go on front of all of these openings, and we've ordered the T-trim that's going to go inside the slot that we made inside those openings. So finally Maurice now has some storage in his van. So yeah, looking a lot better. So I know it's not the biggest storage in the world, but it's enough just to keep little things in there. Maurice will obviously keep most of the things underneath the bed in boxes and things that he's got already. But that little bit of extra storage really helps. So the good news is that tomorrow the van is now going to the mechanic to get everything mechanically done on it and the MOT done. Once the MOT and everything is done and it's running and it's on the road, all we need to do is come back and complete all of the electrical side of things. So we're going to hook up everything, as I was saying, so hook up the lights, hook up the fridge, hook up everything else that needs 12 volt and finish off the paneling in the front. We were going to do it just now, but we're not sure exactly what the mechanic's going to be doing. He's going to be doing some welding and stuff on it as well. So we're going to wait until it's back from the mechanic, then we're going to go ahead and finish everything off. So the next video that we have on the T4 will be us completely finishing it off. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, which we're going to be completing this T4, and this will be on its way. So it'll be back from the mechanic, and then Maurice will be starting his van life journey. Not just living in the van as he is just now, but actually travelling around and starting his adventures in Scotland. Thank you so much again for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.